Kay and A.G. Robertson invited us to visit them in Belize. And we had planned a snorkel event on Tuesday the 13th. And it was just going to be the four of us, Kay and A.G. and Francis and myself. And then right at the last minute, two other men asked if they could go, Brian and Mike. Brian just happens to be a trained expert in search and rescue. We went on out, and as we went into the water and started snorkeling, I again began to feel a little bit of uncomfortableness. And I was using a motorized small scooter that would just pull me along under the water. And so I wasn't having to exert a whole lot of energy to do this. At the point that we were in the deeper water, I was beginning to feel some anxiety. And I was talking to AG, and I said, hey, I can't stand up and get a deep breath. And he could tell I was having a problem of some sort. So he signaled to Kay that, hey, let's go back in. And AG told me, listen, it's just a short piece over to the dock, so let's just head that way and we'll be there in a few minutes. So I said, okay. And so I put my head down, and that's really the last I remember. I'm told some of the rest of this, but AG said that I was holding the motorized scooter, and evidently I passed out and just let the scooter go face down, and it just took me straight down. And we were probably in 8 to 10 feet of water. AG immediately went down to get me, brought me up, and Mike was there as well. And he said that my hands were frozen to the scooter. My body was stiff, and he had to pry my fingers loose from the scooter to turn the scooter off. Actually, it was still going. When Brian got there, he checked my pulse, and I didn't have a pulse.
I just heard them say that, just heard the words, no pulse. And I did see AG bend over and put breathe the breaths. And Brian had told Kay, keep me away, because they needed to work with Barry. And I guess he knew I would, of course, be upset. And so Kay just kept saying, Francis, pray. They're taking care of him. Just pray. And she said, we have to go in.
Daniel, a young man, happened to be standing out on the dock, and he saw that we were having problems out here. He ran in, got the resort manager. They jumped in the boat and came out to meet us. And, there's so many things like that the story has that, just didn't happen. There's no question this was a series of miracles. And, you can say it's one miracle or whatever, but, just the fact that Mike and Brian decided to come along with us, the fact that Dr. Renee just happened to be there at that resort and had arrived the day before, Daniel just happened to be out on the dock and saw us and got the boat out there to us, the Swanuel boat just happened to be ready to leave and hadn't left yet already. Then when we got to San Pedro, the oxygen being available to give me.
And the snorkel he used.
Oh, yeah.
That Kay and AG said.
AG said, okay, go get you some equipment so we can go snorkeling. And I said, yeah, we can do that. And so now be sure and buy a snorkel that has a valve on the top, that so when you go into water, it shuts off. And so that's what I did. And, when I went down, my mouthpiece did not come out of my mouth, and the snorkel shut off, and I did not get a drop of water in my lungs.
And Sarah and Dean Bass loaned us the little lightweight life jackets because they had, our life vest, they had been there last year, and they knew that we were uncomfortable, and they said, well, if you wear these, it will give you a little bit, more comfort. And that's what helped hold him up while they were helping, trying to work with him, I think.
One of the things that it did was it allowed so many people to proclaim their faith in God.
some of them strangers prior to that, and just openly, thank God, just so
there was
easily.
not one person that I was very open with him when I was talking to him afterwards. That I said, hey, this is a miracle. I mean, God was with us, and all of them were saying, oh, you're so right. I mean, God is good, and they just don't say that. I mean, it opened up an avenue of communication that we did not have before. What I don't know is what God expects of me right now. And, what I'm supposed to do. I know it's already changed me to a great degree. I don't have any... I mean, I feel so much closer to Frances. I'm never going to take her for granted.